Yo, what is going on, everyone? My name is
Surprise, motherfucker.
Hey guys, what's up? Jedi here, and I hope you guys like the intro. 2020 is coming to a close, and I thought that this would be a good opportunity to look back. So, in today's video, I'm going to be ranking my top 10 favorite Fortnite tricks of 2020. These tricks can be anything from simple phasing exploits to crazy crash pad and shockwave tricks that, let's be honest here, nobody ever used in game. I'm going to be looking at these and ranking them based on creativity, so basically how cool they are, and practicality and effectiveness, which is how useful the trick actually is. With these rules set, let's get started with number 10. So for number 10, we have a phasing trick. By editing and opening a door and then placing a cone, you can easily face a wall your opponent is holding and shoot them or walk right into their box. Basically, you want to set up the wall cone exactly as you see it in the background video, then hold W and A to walk forward and against the door that you've opened. This will allow you to phase the wall. From here, you don't actually have to go in. You can piece control, shoot, and back out, all while phasing that one wall. I thought this was pretty creative and actually kind of useful, but nobody's gonna ever use it because it takes too long to set up, so it's stuck at number 10. Moving on to number 9, we have a crash pad trick courtesy of FaZe Martos himself. By editing a wall and placing a ramp, you can use a crash pad to break your opponent's wall, take it, and give them a little taste of your mongrel classic. You can also pre-fire through the wall as it breaks. To do this trick, edit a peanut butter and place a ramp. Then throw the crash pad at the top right corner so that it falls onto the ramp and breaks their wall. You'll notice that Martos has an edited ramp. That's not required, it's simply so that he does not get piece control. This trick is super creative, but I don't think it's ever going to be used in competitive. Now before you comment that crash pads have been removed, I know they are, but you never know when they'll come back. Plus, this is a recap video, and crash pads were in the game for like 6 months, so suck it, nerds.
Literally, the fattest one you can find. I want you to just literally just shove the whole thing in your mouth.
Number 8 is going to be a shorter one because it's really not that creative. When you normally bounce or shockwave, you build a whole box, place a bouncer, then throw the shockwave. This uses a lot of mats, and if you're trying to quickly chase someone who's running away in an arena, placement warriors, you know who you are, you want to be able to set this up quickly. A way to do this is to place a floor in a wall and then a ramp over your head. The ramp keeps you down when you're trying to bouncer, and now you just have to throw the shockwave. This uses less mats and is quicker to set up once you're used to it. And it's on this list because I actually think it's a very useful competitive trick. Number 7 is another wall phasing trick. For this one, edit a floor so that it's a weird diagonal shape. Then walk against it and the wall. You'll notice that this is very similar to number 10, but you're holding W and D instead. Like number 10, it allows you to phase the wall, which means you don't actually have to commit to jumping in. Personally, I think this is pretty cool and unique, and it's much easier to set up than a lot of other tricks. It might even be viable in competitive, although I don't see it used too often. For number 6, we have a very cool trick I showed off a few weeks ago, which allows you to crash pad and bouncer much further than the usual method. It's really complicated to do, but it's so creative and is actually very useful because it does give you more distance. Crash pads are removed though, so I'll link my full explanation of this trick in the comments below if anyone's interested. At number 5, we have the Maui crash pad. To set this up, place 2 floors and edit a single tile. Throw the crash pad at the edited fence and drop down while holding your wall bind. The crash pad will break the wall and you'll destroy your opponent. Again, I'm not going to go into too much detail with this one for obvious reasons. I just wanted to include it since it's super cool and kind of viable. For number 4, we have the cone replacing shockwave. By setting up 3 tiles away, you can shockwave and break an opponent's floor and cone above their box. And if you're holding your binds, you can take both builds and edit to kill them. This isn't too creative, but it allows you to stay safe and get piece control instead of just jumping in. This is also a very well-known trick already, so I don't want to go too far into detail. Wow, we're in top 3 territory now. If you guys have made it this far, leave a comment with the demon emoji so we can surprise all the slackers who clicked off or scrolled down and read comments before finishing the video. Now I know this is like a typical YouTuber thing to do. Don't worry, I'm not going to become one of those cringe, like leave a like in 5 seconds type person. I just want to try something out. So for number 3, we have my shockwave trick. Obviously, I'm kind of biased for putting it this high up, but it is a really cool way to shockwave into your opponent's box. Now, if you've been living under a rock and somehow don't know this trick already, basically you place 2 floors and edit them like the crash pad trick from earlier. Then throw the shockwave at the middle of the beam and drop down as you do. The shockwave will launch you into the back of the box and you'll have a free kill on a surprise opponent. Pretty K-gasm stuff. They say no one remembers second place, but for number 2 we have a trick from Ryu Zanami. By throwing a shockwave at the wall and double jumping with the Season 5 crystals, you can push your way right into a box. The way this works is that the shockwave breaks the wall and launches you, but the crystal cancels the launch and simply teleports you forward the perfect distance. This is a super cool and very usable trick that's in-game right now, which is why it's so high up on the list. Now for the moment you've all been waiting for, my top Fortnite trick of 2020. Honestly, it was kind of hard to choose a definitive favorite, but I think this is probably the best one. So 2 months ago, Ryuzunami posted a video on build surfing. Now you guys probably don't know what that is, which is literally the reason this is in my top spot. Build surfing allows you to briefly phase a build so that you can get a shot off or piece control. It's so brief that by the time your opponent reacts, you're not phasing anymore and you're safely behind your floor or ramp. This is a trick that uses movement and precise timing, but I think it's super useful, and if pros start really mastering this sort of stuff, the skill gap's gonna get even larger. Huge shout out to Ryuzunami for posting so many cool tricks this year. I'll leave his channel in the description below, and if you want to know more about build surfing, his video is definitely the one to help you understand it. That's it for my top 10 Fortnite tricks of 2020, and this is also probably my last video of 2020, so I want to take a moment to thank you guys for an amazing year. I started off 2020 with 132 subscribers, and the channel has grown so much. I'm planning on taking this to a whole new level next year, so let's keep the grind going, and we'll see just how far we can take it. As always, if you guys enjoyed or learned something, please leave a like, subscribe to my channel for more Fortnite competitive content, and use code JEDI2X in the Fortnite item shop to support me. Thanks guys, and peace.